What's up, guys? It's Johnny Candido of Candido Training HQ, and today we're going to go over a quick tip covering 2 exercises which can increase your mobility to help you get into a deep squat position. The first movement is simply a front squat, but what I want you to do is have your stance as narrow as possible. So most likely you'll start out with a fairly wide stance and just go as low as you can while keeping your lower back straight. And then as you increase your mobility, move the stance in as much as possible. This will take some time, but with each successive workout, you should be able to narrow your stance more and more. What's great about this is that it improves your ankle flexibility while also forcing you to improve your core stability. So focus on keeping your chest up, lower back straight, and your heels on the ground. I recommend that you do this exercise without shoes on in order to best develop your ankle flexibility. I know some of you are probably watching this thinking that this seems like an unrealistic exercise. But remember, it's all about gradually building into this movement. So if you have to start with a wider stance, and even if you have to squat a little bit higher, that's okay. Then just gradually decrease the stance width and increase the depth over time. Also, I suggest doing paused reps with this exercise, and this is important because this forces you to use good form. The weight will actually push your body into the proper position, and it's easier to focus on tensing the core and keeping the proper posture when in the hole. Okay, so that first drill focused on ankle flexibility, core stability, and the ability to maintain thoracic extension in your upper back. Now what we want to work with the second drill is hip mobility. So for this, I suggest you take a stance that's as wide as you can go with still reaching parallel. A common mistake when working on mobility in the squat is that people focus on stretching the hamstrings, and your hamstrings are not maximally stretched in the bottom position of a deep squat. The real issue with hip mobility in a deep squat isn't hip extension, rather it's keeping the hips externally rotated and it's hip abduction. So that's why wide stance squats can be so effective, because they strengthen the smaller muscles surrounding the hips responsible for those two functions. So that's it, guys. When working on mobility, the key to not wasting your time is to focus on movements that will directly translate into the lift itself. So that's why I use variations of the squat to actually strengthen the muscles, not just stretch them, and so it directly translates into your back squat. So both of these movements are accessory exercises, meaning they're to be done after the heavy lifting. Make sure you use very light weights. Just use enough resistance to strengthen stabilization in the proper positions. So that's it, guys. Like the video, support the channel, subscribe if you haven't already, and thanks for watching, guys. Peace!